Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
And we've got some breaking news, full-time family. You heard it here first, and if not, you heard it here second. The UFC is to book Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson at UFC 229 if Conor McGregor negotiations fail. Now, that's not really saying anything crazy. I mean, that's actually pretty reasonable if you think about it. Conor McGregor versus Khabib, the only thing we really have to figure out is what's going on with Conor McGregor. We've seen he's negotiating a plea deal. He's likely going to get some community service and pay a fine for throwing that dolly at the bus window. So that shouldn't prevent him from being able to fight at the end of this year in the UFC if he wants to, or if he can get the deal done with the UFC. Now, we've heard Conor McGregor talking about a piece of the pie in the past and stuff like that. But maybe now that he's fought Floyd Mayweather and won $100 million, he'll be a little more interested to come back to the UFC without that piece of the pie. Maybe he's got some money and maybe now he's worried about his legacy or just whatever reason wants to come back to the UFC. Maybe he's itching to put a whooping on one of these dudes, especially Khabib, considering the background, the fact that this is deeper than rap. This isn't just a guy I want to fight to move up the rankings. We got personal shit going on here. He fucked with my boy. I mean, this is like crew versus crew type shit. Like, if these dudes were in an alley with their crew, this would be some gangs in New York type shit right here. Conor McGregor versus Khabib. That's what we got going on here. But lucky for us, we got this UFC thing, and these guys can actually just fucking fist fight in the octagon, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, and we can get the job done that way. And that's what we all want to see. But if Conor McGregor can't get the deal done with the UFC, if he wants too much money, whatever, shit, if I'm Conor McGregor and I really want to fight Khabib, I'm taking a price cut to put a whooping on that ass. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You know what? We'll talk about a piece of the pie after this fight. I really want to fight Khabib. Let's fucking get that done. How about that, UFC? Put me in there. Fuck the money. I just made $100 million with Conor McGregor. But if Conor McGregor's still on his business shit, I mean with Floyd Mayweather, but if Conor McGregor is still on his business shit, like, I want what I'm worth. You know what? Forget it. I want a piece of the pie. Maybe he's not that. Maybe the UFC's like, forget it, man. They put Tony Ferguson in because Tony Ferguson is the rightful #1 contender, and he did, in my opinion, kind of get fucked over whenever he got stripped of that interim title that he went on an 11-fight winning streak to earn. But since Conor McGregor was out doing his boxing and Khabib was fighting Ally Quinta, Tony Ferguson just got the short end of the stick there. So if Conor McGregor doesn't come to terms with the UFC, I don't see anything wrong with Tony Ferguson stepping in, or at least I don't see anything wrong with that report. And I say that because actually Ali Abdelaziz, Khabib's manager, called fake news on this kinda, because BJ Penn picked up this tweet by MMA Dagestan. He said if the negotiations between Khabib and Conor will not be achieved, then next week the UFC announces Khabib versus Ferguson, UFC 229 October 6th. Now that's a very likely landing date for Khabib, but Ali Abdelaziz did tweet to BJ Penn and say, don't believe this, my friend. Now, he might just be talking about the fact that, you know, the Tony Ferguson part of the tweet, but like I said, I don't really see the problem in saying Tony Ferguson is a backup plan unless you absolutely know that the deal is already done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you know that Conor McGregor versus Khabib, and maybe Khabib's manager does know that, maybe the contracts are already signed and he knows the fight's for sure happening, and so he's like, no, yeah, there's no backup plan, there's no second option, we're fighting Conor McGregor. But if that's not the case, if the deal's not already done, who else is the second option? What is Khabib gonna do if Conor McGregor, if they can't negotiate with Conor? If they can't get the deal done with Conor, who does Khabib fight? Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier are already booked. Tony Ferguson. So I really don't see the big problem with this tweet. So homie went on, MMA Team Dagestan went on to defend his tweet. He said, Dear Ali, I understand your position perfectly and you do not need premature leakage, but my message is not taken from the air. Time will tell us everything. At the moment, UFC uses Tony as the second option, and if Conor refuses, they will announce a fight with Tony. And he said, attention, this news is not fake. If Conor does not accept the fight, Khabib will fight Tony. If Conor takes, the fight will take place. So it's really like, you know, he's still saying it's likely it's going to be Conor McGregor. So it's not like he's just coming out and saying the Conor fight's off. You know, it's not like that's what he's saying. He's just saying we got options. That's it. So I don't see the problem with that. So with that being said, let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we get out of here, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. And make sure you also hit the notification bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a video. And also, make sure you check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over on patreon.com/fulltimemma if you want to see even more videos like this, or if you just want to find cool ways to help support your favorite MMA channel on YouTube. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.